All right, welcome back to the Beast Game Podcast, and this review is for The Kid Who Would Be King, and this is another movie based off of King Arthur with a slightly different spin, and this one is written and directed by Joe Cornish, and he has written Attack the Block, Ant-Man, Adventures of Tintin, and it stars Louis Ashbourne Serkis, who was the son of Andy Serkis, Denise Goh, and Dean Chombo. And the synopsis is, a band of kids embark on an epic quest to thwart a medieval menace. It starts off with him being the son of a single parent. He doesn't know his father very well, and he hasn't seen his father in a while. He's on his way to school, and he has a science project with him. And a kid that bullies him breaks his project. They start fighting. He goes to the principal. The principal talks to him about his attitude and his approach. He also has a friend who is getting bullied by two older kids at his school. He's about middle school age. He stands up for one of his friends. So what happens is that the bully destroys his science project. He flips out on him, starts punching him. They get sent to the principal's office, and he goes home. His mom asks him what happened. Really doesn't want to talk about it, so he closes his eyes. He starts hearing voices, and some of the voices are talking about him being the king. The next day, when he's going home from school, the bullies start chasing after him. He runs into a construction site. He falls off one of the floors in the construction site down to another level. The bullies run away. When he wakes up, he sees a sword and a stone, and then he decides to pull it out. He takes the sword home. So that sets off a chain of events. There's another kid that shows up to his school playing a younger Merlin, and he's on his quest to find Alex, because Alex is the descendant of King Arthur, and he's trying to warn him about some impending danger, about sister of King Arthur is coming back to take over the world, kill everybody, plain and simple, you understand. So what I thought about this movie is that, one, Andy Serkis' son looks a lot like Andy Serkis. His acting ability is actually pretty good for a child. He does emote, he does show a lot of promise. I think he might have been in that Mowgli movie that Andy Serkis directed, but I think he has a bright future. I think he needs to be in a better movie, but what I thought about the movie overall is that it's okay. It's not terrible. It's very predictable. It's very straightforward. And one of the things that happens is that, because eventually when Patrick Stewart's character, Merlin, shows up, there's not a lot of twists and turns. The bullies eventually find out what's happening, and they team up. And again, the movie is not terrible. It is very predictable, very straightforward. When there has to be issues between characters, it's normally the bullies and Alex and his friend that, oh, you guys are weak. We don't care about you. And then something happens that brings them all back together. And then that happens again that brings them back together. The special effects are not great. The writing in the movie is okay. The directing in the movie is okay. But just the way that the plot develops is very predictable, very boring. Not that interesting. It's an okay movie if it's on TV, but should you pay full price or a matinee for it? No. This is wait for it to come to Netflix, wait for a red box. So my score for this movie is actually a 5. It is completely competent in what it needs to do, but it's not that interesting. And again, Andy Serkis, his son, he's okay. He's a good actor. He has some of his father's skills. He looks exactly like his father. And that's the Beast Game Podcast.